to officiate our first game this Wednesday game day. Again, we are live here at the SM Mall of Asia Arena. Welcome everybody to our coverage on One Sports, the UAAP Varsity channel, on Pilipinas Live as well. Tip-off begins. Santos has the first possession. Ron goes to Santos. Santos, quick trigger from 3. No. The rebound by Ambos. Ambos gets that one in. Arena, first game of the collegiate ranks. Rachel Lakayanga on a scoring spree to start us off.
Great off-ball movement there by Lakayanga. She's always ball dominant, so to see her using those back doors, it's going to be effective for her. But Ambos here with the answer. 4 straight points for her.
Santos slowing things down. Santos assessing the defense, a drop pass. CJ Maglupay gets herself on the board.
Great patience on
the How offensive rebound. Pastrana pulls back. Pastrana attacks again. CJ Maglupay, same shot, same result. That's going to be another foul here for UST. They are already in the penalty. Take a look at that. CJ Maglupay is so effective in that position.
Same spot, same result.
Keza receives that screen by Ronquillo. Well read there by Santos. Santos just too quick and so incredibly efficient in that.
To make Bawi on the next possession.
Gomez fires a 3. Gomez off the bank and in. And that's a great looking shot there by Kayla Gomez.
Here we see that confidence from Gomez to just take that shot. You know, there's nothing to lose. You guys are down by 10.
Galguntas' pass was well read by Pastrana. Pastrana sets up Santos. And again, another 2 points for Bridget. Rest of UST. Take a look at that last one.
Kent playing the passing lane well and just a little bit of a hop step to get the defender out of the way for a nice pass to Bridget Santos.
Of action here at the SM Mall of Asia Arena. Rain Tigzon together with Camille Clarin giving you our live and exclusive coverage on One Sports, the UAAP Varsity channel on Signal TV, as well as the Pilipinas Live app. UE starting us off in this possession, but a quick swipe there by Braun. Jaja, stop and pop. Pescador couldn't get that 3. Saibel navigating through that UST defense and lets that fly and gets it in.
You know, being the smallest player, here we have that drive there. A little bit of a fake to get our defender off of the side and a nice pull-up jumper.
Pescador, the kick out to Pineda. Brianna couldn't get that one in. Ron from underneath getting that in.
That's what's difficult zone against a team who rebounds really well and shoots really well from the 3. You're almost, you know, giving yourself problems to deal with.
And now Pescador gets that bucket in. 2 points there for Sai Oñate, sizing up her defender, shooting from long distance and getting that one in.
See from a player, you know, she had a great showing against UP, and it's nice to see that that momentum is carrying over into today's game.
Onyanwa, grabe yung height disparity. She doesn't even need to stop there for UST, and good-looking shots for UE. Take a look at that last one. We were talking about it. You know, she doesn't even need to jump. But it was off the mark. Santos now attacking. Santos absorbing the contact. Pescador goes to Braun, goes to Onyanwa. Again, another shot by Oma.
Great passing there. Great unselfishness on the end of possible.
Sai Onyanwa, Oñate. Bridget Santos, again another fast break opportunity is our score. Look at that. The sequences here by UST, everything working for them.
Great passing, great job playing the lanes and making sure everybody's in the right spot to be able to contribute.
That's the reason we call for time on the floor.
So really, you're up against yourselves. You're not really up against anyone else.
And Agatha Braun adding to the tally of UST here. I mean, last year it was Ganade, and then it was up and down. There was Bacalares. But then now there's a very consistent Onyate who's been by her side as quite a...
Yeah, that was a little bit hard to watch if you were anticipating, because Lacayang was able to avoid it just at the last moment, but that could have been a bad hit.
They go over to Oma. Back to Santos. Now to Danganan. Danganan! Bang in the bucket for Koy.
I think people fail to realize that entire play, except with the initial bringing up the ball, there were no dribbles. Everything was moving on the fly. If you also rebound so well as a team, those shots almost serve you, even the misses, because they give you another chance at the basket.
Yep. Karel Sherba, speaking of efficient, that's her third already in this ball game. Pescador goes over to Serrano, off the glass, and in is Chile Serrano. For UE, misses the mark in that 3 attempt. Pastrana just running end to end, getting that bucket in with no issues at all.
Ateneo with Casey De La Rosa and Sarah Macanjula.
Yeah.
You're going to want to make sure that Oma is ready for that.
Ken Pastrana. I mean,
sometimes we see that Ken is volume, which means she's taking a lot of shots, because then the law of averages, you know, eventually she's going to make them. But today she was very efficient.
sorry, that's 23 points. You're correct, CC. 9 out of 13. To total to 77 to 29 is our score. 8 minutes remaining here in the third period. They go underneath Onyanwa. Bang in the bucket.
That high-low action again. Here we see that look from Ambos directly to Onyanwa for that easy N1 play.
Oma Onyanwa. And again, you talked about it, the nature of how they play.
They're aggressive and they're willing to use all their fouls.
And now it's Ambos who gets that 3 in, the winning margin of UST, so they're well above it. As Ambos just continues to add to the lead of UST. Teetering at about 35 to 40 points per ball game.
Yeah, their dominance is different this year, and it's really that redemption arc.
That you talked about.
Yes.
And that next game is going to be on Saturday. But take a look at this. Ken Pastrana, again, you're talking about that. If you let her escape in the paint, it's going to be pretty sure in the years to come, these names, Karel Sherba, Erin McClary, these are the names that will be made here for UST. Yes, here and there. But before that, take a look at that. Erin McClary hitting the bottom of the net. A swipe there by Pastrana. Pastrana, one-on-one. And I noticed about Kent is she likes going to that left side. You can see the UST girls just leaking out in those last UAAP. And Pastrana, 31 points in about 17 minutes of play.
Finally, finally a miss on the side of Ken.
Naiinis na yung defender ni Kent for the longest time talking about CC. As Rachel
points, they're doing everything well, and a lot of it is really on the effort side. Everybody can get a basket on UST, but that unselfishness, they're willing to pass up the ball. I think that's real
numbers, but they haven't pressed the brakes at any point in this ball game.
I think that's what makes UST so dangerous as well. Some teams
Growling Tigers. Swipe away by Lacayanga. Onyate on the move. That layup is in by Saibil on the offensive end. But right now, the problem here for UE isn't, getting opportunities to score. It's their fouls, actually.
We see that steal by Lacayanga and the pass to Onyate to run that break, making it their 4th fast break point of the game.
Format, once we reach that final 4, And a couple of great looks here by Yui. Sai Onyate getting the finish. Build a program with players that he can work with. And right now, he's activated Onyate with his all reliable Lakayanga. So this is going to be a great team.
The little thing, so that's...
And you know, it's one of the few times that you'll get an easy bucket sa UST. So why not maximize opportunities like that?
Yeah, one of the very few times.
You would know.
Yep. No blood, no foul. Every shot is worked for.
Ambos. Oma gets that offensive rebound, and it's Danganan who gets that basket in. Offensive rebound, the hustle, Danganan with the finish. And a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. 0 out of 3. Actually, she hasn't made a field goal so far in this ball game. But usually she hits those shots as Erica Danganan, you know, have a ball game. She is at 20 points, or rather 18 points. Sai Onyate is at 20. Kai Danganan, back-to-back. 121-46 is our score. That's Erica Danganan. You know, she's recovered very well.
No type of coasting on the side of UST ever.
Lumibao, off the glass and in. Final 90 seconds. Eka escapes the defense.
A little. There we see that pass into Lumibao for a little bit of a turnaround jumper there.
On the other end, Eka Soriano, the foot speed of Biscayla. That was short. Battle for the rebound, won and rewarded. That basket is good for Riza Salise. Soriano goes to Dahao. Dahao underneath, Danganan. Yes! Shot clock is off. And Danganan will no longer shoot it. And our final score will stay at that 125-50 is